Hello, everyone. How are you guys today? My name is David Bailey. I will be your guide and tormentor through English 1101 online, summer of 2020. What a nightmare these last few months have been. I cannot get over how much everything's changed. But the good news is online instruction is not exactly a new thing for me. I really like teaching my classes with YouTube. It gives you kind of the feeling that you're attending a lecture, and it gives me the opportunity to actually teach as opposed to writing stuff up just for you to kind of do. English 1101 is a class that is always kind of in flux, and I'm probably going to end up really changing things around with the course schedule because I want to try to do some new stuff as far as like our assignments go to kind of take advantage of the online environment a little bit better. English 1101 is really designed to introduce you to the complexities of academic writing. All of the writing projects and all the essays and everything that you're going to do that involves writing from here on to your graduation, I really am supposed to kind of give you a taste of, kind of, prepare you for. If not directly, then to at least give you the tools that you'll need to negotiate those assignments. So I try to accomplish a wide variety of things in this class. And I try to make it not awful. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. For 1101, the main thing that I'm concerned with is to make sure that you develop a sense of independence. I want you to be able to write something with fewer guidelines as opposed to more. I want you to try to shoot for a bit of a self-starting kind of philosophy. Now, to be fair, I understand that most of you guys probably don't have that right now. And it takes a lot of work to get there. Being a self-starter, especially coming out of like high school, most public education at the secondary level has not done a good job of fostering independence. Most of the time, all it really does is get you to follow a very specific set of instructions, follow it to the letter without deviating from that path. That's going to be problematic, especially in here. We've got to do some work to develop your own voice, help you get more comfortable taking risks as far as your writing is concerned, and using research in a way that's constructive as opposed to just kind of dependent. So many of my students use research to sort of bolster their opinion, but for the research that we'll do in here, we need to actually challenge sources and use sources to do something other than what they originally intended. That's good use of research. I just noticed my camera's a little out of focus and it's driving me kind of crazy. I guess that shouldn't really affect the instruction too terribly much, but it's still, I'm looking over, I'm like, So in order to do this, we're going to have a wide variety of assignments. We're going to talk about a wide variety of things, and we're going to move from one subject to the next. You're going to have a lot of interesting stuff to do. By the end of the class, you're going to have a big pile of writing to work with. And you're going to go back, you're going to revise it, you're going to remake it, you're going to rebuild it. For me, the most important thing for you to understand about my grading philosophy, especially for 1101, is I don't take points away. I only give them. You never have to worry about turning stuff in. I might not give you very many points, and I might make fun of you about what you've turned in, but I will always be sure to let you know where you can go from there. I never, ever take anything away. I remember all these times in school when I was taking like a math class, and you go back and, everybody has those moments where you wake up in the morning and you just don't feel very good. You didn't study the night before and you bomb a test. I don't care who you are. You've bombed something at least once in your life. Shut up. And then you go back and you do the math. As you can tell, I'm not very much of a math person, really. You go back and you do the math and you realize There's no way I can make a B in this class mathematically. What a terrible feeling, right? This sense of doom comes over you because like you have basically cut yourself off from a grade that you will now never ever be able to accomplish without begging for extra credit, like some type of, I don't know. Anyway, that's just not how I operate. For me, a classroom is a place of encouraged failure. I want you to try out things and I want you to fail at them. That's how we learn. That's how we pick ourselves up and we go forward. You never really understand how to do something until you've screwed it up so bad that there's almost no salvaging it. But then you go back and you pick through the ashes of it and you find things that are useful and you find things that actually work. And then you put together this weird Frankenstein monster and you're like, sweet. That's when you start to build that confidence. Writing is a process. It's not something you sit down at your computer the first time and do well. So many of my students say, and I said this for the 1010 class, so many of my students are like, I'm not a very good writer. I'm like, yeah, I know. You're terrible. I read your writing. But you know what? I'm not a good writer either. And I teach it, right? Writing is something that's very, very central to my being. And I don't walk around telling people, I'm such a good writer. You know, I'm not like that because I'm not. The first thing that you do when you sit down and you write a project is you write something so unbelievably bad that you fill yourself with a sense of shame, right? That's part of it. Don't tell me you're a bad writer. We all are bad writers. Now, I've talked to you a bit about the philosophy of the class. On Thursday, I'm going to give you an outline for your first assignment, and it's a doozy. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be very intimidating. Let me take a few minutes to explain how this class will operate and our standard procedures. I will post 2 YouTube videos a week. These videos will facilitate the class. I will discuss assignments. I will talk about themes and issues that I've seen in your writing. I will give you things to do. These YouTube videos are the equivalent of you coming to the classroom and listening to me teach. Now, they're not going to drone on the way that I do when I'm teaching for an hour. I'm starting to think you guys are kind of lucky that you don't have to sit through that. But teaching with YouTube is a great, great tool. And I love it because if I'm teaching something that's kind of confusing, you can rewind my butt and make me do it again. It's pretty useful, right? So in any case, every week there will be 2 videos. These videos are extremely important. In one of the videos, I'm not going to tell you if it'll be the first or the second one because I want you to watch them both. There will be a discussion question. That discussion question is extremely important because that's your attendance. You need to answer the discussion question. I'll try to keep these discussion questions fairly short because I don't necessarily want these to turn into assignments themselves, right? This is something for you to do, put together pretty quick just to show I've gone in, I've watched the video, I have internalized the message that you're giving me. So first order of business, every week, watch the videos and answer the question. I will typically post videos for the 1101 class on Tuesday and Thursday. Your assignment for today is going to be to go into the course general questions and chat. I'm going to open a forum that's just a place for you to go to ask general questions and talk about stuff. You guys can talk about what's that new game on Switch? Ion Fury? That thing looks dope, right? I need to buy this. My birthday. It is. My wife got me a Undertaker Battle of the Boneyard from WrestleMania this year. Look at that. That's AJ's hand coming up out of the grave. Gosh. She's cool. Anyway, that's a place that you guys can go and chat about stuff. You can just kind of interact with each other. But for today, all I want you to do is go to the general questions and answers, the chat, and you can post an introduction. You can ask a question. You can tell me how awesome my shirt is, right? All those things are good to go. Now, like I said, that's the general layout of this class. In the YouTube videos, I'm also going to discuss the assignments. But when a major assignment comes along, I am going to provide written instructions for those as well. I find those to be pretty helpful. I am going to be sending emails. The reason I'm bringing this up right now, last semester, I had a lot of students kind of get stuck because their emails were disappearing and not getting to their inboxes. The only reason that this is important enough to bring up now is because I believe those emails may have been going to the spam folder. Make sure that you check your email this week and make sure that you are getting my messages. If not, check your spam folder because something is awry. And I do put out some pretty important information in those emails sometimes. If you can't get those emails, let me know and we'll figure something out. Also, this is kind of silly. I said this in the other video too. If you're having any trouble with the YouTube videos, if you're having trouble watching them, hearing them, please let me know. We'll figure something out. I love using YouTube. It's a great resource. But if you're having trouble with, I don't want YouTube to be something that locks you out of the course. It's meant to help, not hurt. So in any case, I know I haven't given you a lot of specifics about what we're going to be writing about. That's going to be more for Thursday. When you go to the lessons tab, there will be two discussion, not lessons. Oh gosh, I don't know if I need less coffee or more. But when you go to the discussion board in Blackboard, you'll see general questions and answers and weekly discussion. Post your introduction in the chat, okay? The general questions and answers. That will be your attendance for this week. So make sure you go in there, introduce yourself, tell me that I am like too cool for school, even though I am school. I'm going to get my coat and go. Anyway, I look forward to teaching you guys. I look forward to a fun, eventful, hopefully less nightmarish summer. And you guys take care of yourselves. Be safe out there.